Hello, my name is Seth Hanisick, and I will be demoing the Visual Interfaces Project 2. I will start by going piece by piece, and then we will move into how each piece interacts with the others. Starting with the map at the top. This shows each data point mapped to its place in the world with its latitude and longitude values, and you can zoom in with either the buttons in the top left corner or via the scroll wheel on your mouse. Each data point can also be hovered over to show a more in-depth tooltip about that specimen, including its specific species name, the year it was collected, who it was collected by, its full classification, and any habitat or substrate notes made by the collector. You can also click on a specific point that will open its record in a new tab. The map also defaults to a satellite view that can be changed in the top right corner to either topographical or road maps. It also defaults to coloring each point by the year it was collected, and that can be changed with these three buttons below the map to change the day of year, with the first being January 1st and the last day being December 31st, or by the phylum of each specimen, and there are 8 phyla in this class dataset. Moving down, the next item is the timeline, and it shows the total number of specimens collected by year over the entire dataset. You can then use the smaller version of the timeline below it to select a specific span of years, and you can drag that selection across the timeline to move it along. You can also reset this timeline by just single clicking off of your selected area in the brushing timeline. You can also hover over each of the bars on the timeline to get the actual year it represents and the total number of collections that year. The last pieces are the 4 bar charts, representing the number of collections by month, by phyla, and the top 10 collectors over the entire data set. The last one shows the number of data points that have missing GPS coordinates and missing dates. Each of these charts can also be hovered over to get a tooltip with the exact count along with its month, phyla, collector, or missing data piece respectively. As you can see here, December is 261, this first phylum is 400, the most popular collector has 3,500 collections, and there are 90 missing GPS coordinates, but there are 7,500 specimens in total. Now to move into interactions. Starting with the timeline, the area that you have selected filters out data points on the map. So as I select here, you can see how the number of data points on the map changes. And then you can also just reset it to get the full view again. Then, with each of the bar charts, you can filters by clicking on the specific charts themselves. And so this right now I'm viewing all data points in September, October, and November, and this also filters data points on the map, and this can also be filtered to those specific months and based on the timeline view selection as well. I reset this. Then to deselect filters, you can then click on them again to remove them, or by using this reset filters button on the right hand side. And right now you cannot cross filter by adding a month and a phylum together, but after you fully clear the filters, you can go back and then select them here. So if you want to, this you can see as all data points in the map are purple because this is specifically mapped to the one that I have selected down here. And then I can do the same for this one here, and you can see that they've all switched to blue. Or if I want to have them both, you now see blue and purple. And if I want to see all 3,500 collections that William Bridge Cook made, I can click on this one, and these are all the collections he did, most of them being in the US with this one over here in Asia. And that concludes my demo.